All right, time for reading. So yesterday's video, we read chapter 13 together. And what a chapter. The money was stolen from Evan's pocket. Can you believe it? Scott Spencer stole Evan's money. Well, it wasn't even Evan's money. It was actually Jesse's money. But it wasn't even all Jesse's money. It was also Megan's money. So this has gotten crazy. Today we're going to go ahead and read about when Jesse and Evan finally meet up after everything that's happened. After bugs in the lemonade, after money being stolen, after going to the beach and not having any fun. So let's go ahead and turn to page 160 to see what happens. The chapter is called Reconciliation. Reconciliation, the act of bringing together after a difference. As in the reconcile numbers on a balance sheet. Resolution. All right, let's see what happens today. Come on, you two, Mrs. Tresky called up the stairs. If we don't go now, there won't be any room on the grass. We're coming, shouted Evan, sticking his head out his room. Jesse was sitting on his bed, and he was trying to get her to go to the fireworks. She had her lockbox on her lap and a mulish look on her face. Just say it's a tie, said Evan. Come on, Jess. This whole thing is stupid, and you know it. It's not a tie unless it's a tie, said Jessie, knowing she sounded like a brat, but not about to stop herself. How much have you got? Mom's waiting, said Evan. Put your dumb box away and let's go to the fireworks. Why do you think Evan's trying to push her to go to the fireworks instead of open the box? Well, yeah, it's because there's no money. Remember, he took her money. He's trying to push her away from the box. Let's see what happens. How much have you got? Evan tensed up his fingers as if he were strangling an invisible ghost. Nothing. Okay, I've got nothing. Look. He turned the pockets of his shorts inside out. Jessie looked skeptical. You can't have nothing. You must have something. Well, I had expenses, so I ended up with nothing. Okay, are you happy? You win. Evan sat on the edge of the bed, looking at the floor. Jessie felt her heart sink. You spent all your money on mix for your lemonade on wheels? A lemonade wheel stand? Jessie asked. All of it? Evan nodded. Jessie felt like crawling under the bed and never coming out. It didn't pay off so good, whispered Jessie. There were a few bugs in the system, said Evan. That's a joke Jessie would have loved, he thought, before the war. Now it was all just money and numbers and bad feelings. There was no room for laughing. Oh, said Jessie, her voice in the size of an ant. She stared down at the box in her lap. I've got... She opened the lid of the lockbox, took out the change tray, and pushed aside all the scraps of paper she had collected and the comment card from Megan. She stared. Wait a minute. This isn't my money. She picked up a handful of wrinkled bunched up bills. Evan lay down on the bed and covered his head with a pillow. Jessie counted the money quickly. $62.11. Where's this come from? Am I? And said Evan underneath the pillow. What? Said Jessie. Take that dumb pillow away. I can't understand what you're saying. Jessie hit the side of his leg with emphasis. It's my money, he shouted, still through the pillow. It was $103, but then I spent $41 for the lemonade on wheel stand, so now it's just $62. Your money? But where's my money? Uh-oh, here's where he has to tell her the story. Let me see, what page are we supposed to go to? Okay, just checking what page I'm supposed to stop at. Evan pulled the pillow away from his face. His eyes were closed. His nose pointed at the ceiling. He folded his arms across his chest like a dead man. I took it. Well, give it back, said Jessie. This time, she hit the side of his leg for real. I can't. It's gone. He lay as still as a 3-day-old corpse. Gone? Gone where? Jessie was streaky now. Never in her life had she worked so hard to earn money. Never in her life had she had more than $100 in her hand. Never in her life had she had a friend who trusted her like Megan had. I don't know. I was in my short pocket, and then I played basketball with the guys, and then we went to Jack's house to swim, and I took off my shorts and borrowed his shorts. And then I went back to change. The money was gone. He sat up and faced his sister. I'm really sorry. In a real war, you fight. You fight with your hands and with weapons. You fight with anything you've got because it's a matter of life or death. Jessie felt the loss of her hard-earned money like a death, and she ripped into Evan with all the power in her body. She punched him, she kicked him, she threw her lockbox at him. She wanted to tear him up into little pieces. Yeah, I think she's pretty upset. She just attacked him. Evan didn't try to pin her, though it would have been easy to do. Part of him just wanted to lay on the bed and take it all, for being the one who started the whole thing by saying, I hate you. Is that where they were started? I hate you? What? For making Jessie feel so rotten about herself just because Evan felt so rotten about himself. For taking Jessie's money and losing it to Scott just for being so stupid. But Jessie was really going at it. And if he didn't protect himself at least a little, he was going to end up in the emergency room. And that would upset his mom. So he kept his hands up in front of his face, just enough to keep Jessie from gouging out his eyes. But he never once tried to hit her back. He was done fighting. Finally, Jessie ran out of gas. She laid down on the bed and tried to make her brain work. Her body was so worn out that her brain felt like the only part of her that could work. One of your friends stole my money? She asked. I think it was Scott Spencer, said Evan. He went upstairs to go to the bathroom, and when he came down all in a hurry, and he said he had to go home. After that, I went upstairs, and the money was gone. He's such a jerk, said Jessie. The biggest, said Evan. If he gets an Xbox, I'll know it was him. It was a whole lot of money, said Jessie, feeling tears start to spring from her eyes and running down her face. It was, said Evan. I can't believe how much when I saw it. You're really something. You know that? Earning all that money selling lemonade? Thanks, thought Jessie, though she couldn't say the word. Why'd you do it, Evan? She asked. She meant, why'd you take the money? And why'd you act so mean? And why'd you start this whole war in the first place? There were too many questions. I was mad at you for putting the bugs in my lemonade, she said. Well, I was mad at you for saying you wanted to pulverize me, she said. I only did that because you were hanging out with Megan and I felt totally left out. Well, how do you think I felt when you wouldn't let me hang with you and stupid Scott Spencer? Well, I was mad at you because Jessie sat up and looked at Evan. Evan looked at the wall. Because I don't want you in my class this year, he said. Because I'll embarrass you? She said solemnly. Because I'll embarrass myself, said Evan. I never have the right answer in math, and I read slower than anyone when I read out loud, and I make mistakes all the time. And now with you in the class, it's going to be worse. They'll all say, wow, he's even dumber than his little sister. Evan's shoulders slumped, and his head hung low. You're not dumb, said Jessie. I know you don't think I am, he said. And that stinks too. You're going to see how dumb I am in school. You're not dumb, said Jessie again. You made $103.11 selling lemonade in just 5 days. Yeah, but you made $208. You see? You're my little sister, and you're twice as smart as me. Jessie shook her head. Half that money was Megan's. She gave it to me to give to the Animal Rescue League. I only made $104. Evan unslumped. Really? Jessie nodded. So you made $104 and I made $103.11, said Jessie. So it really was a tie, said Evan. And we're going to stop there. And I hope you really stop. Don't go on to the next page. Okay? But if you do, I obviously won't know. But was it a tie? What do you think? Do you think that it was close enough? Or do you think that Jessie really is the winner? Do you think that's the decision they're going to make right now? Well, I guess we will have to find out tomorrow. So I just want to quickly go over how to do your worksheet. Okay, so this is your worksheet today. All right. On this worksheet, what you're going to do is the directions say, after reading, identify the main idea and details of the chapter. Okay, so in the middle, in the star, you're going to write what was the main idea behind this chapter. I'll kind of help you with that. It kind of has to do with ending the war, right? But the main idea would be kind of like what the title is, right? What does that mean? Then you're going to write in the 4 circles things from the book that support that this is the main idea, okay? So what tells you in the book that the star idea, the main idea, is the idea? So find actual sentences to put in the circles, okay? So hopefully that'll help you do your work for today, all right? I love you. See you at the next lesson. Bye-bye.